Somewhere very different today. It's not very often I venture south of Nottingham, but this is the rowing course here at Holme Pierrepont. At the side of the rowing course, it's rich in water-side vegetation, and then the white umbellifer that you can see in front in large quantities is holding a secret. But it was only a secret until yesterday, when Tim Sexton noticed the larva and found that there was a larva of Depressuria dorsella, which is a new moth to Nottinghamshire, and I believe new to the East Midlands too. I nearly didn't come down to Holme Pierrepont this morning because it started off grey and overcast and rain was forecast, and indeed on the way down here as I got nearer to Holme Pierrepont the rain started to come down, but as you can see it's cleared up and dried up very nicely, and my quarry has been exceptionally easy to find. I've walked no more than 100 meters from the car straight to the water drop wort, which is the white umbelliferous plant that you can see behind me, and immediately found the larva and found it in good numbers and at different sizes too. They go from sort of third instar larva all the way up to fifth and final instar larva, and the larva is a very attractive one as well. The moth isn't. It's got some silly daft name that basically means it's drab and flat winged, but it's not much to look at. The larva is though. The larva's a corker. And here's the caterpillar that I'm after. This is the caterpillar of Depressuria dorsella, found new to Nottinghamshire and I believe new to the East Midlands yesterday by Tim Sexton. A fabulous find, and I must admit it would have been an easy find as well, because the flower heads of this water drop wort, many have at least one larva in them. The larva builds a tent-like structure and then eats the flowers while living and retreating into that tent-like silken structure. What an easy thing to find, and I'm quite surprised at the size of this caterpillar. This one's about 2 inches long, so it must be full grown. I was expecting something half this size. So in more ways than one, I'm pleasantly surprised here. The larva of Depressuria dorsella is everywhere actually. There's two in this particular flower head alone, but either side of these two there are other full grown larvae. It's immensely common. I'm surprised this larva has not been found before, or the adult attracted to light, because the moth must have been here at least 2 years, certainly to build up the numbers that it's obviously in. I thought it might be more difficult to find, but so easy this. If only everything was like this that you twitched or wanted to see. We have a full grown larva here, as you can see. There's also a slightly smaller one in this floret here, and in that one just there. So common. This is obviously must be a species that's on the move, and it must have a westerly bias, and I think more importantly, and certainly it has to be elsewhere. It's certainly in Nottinghamshire, but also in other Midlands counties. If it's here in such numbers, it just has to be elsewhere. It seems that on those water drop wort plants where the flowers are quite sparse or have been eaten, and the caterpillars revert to going further down the stems to a small side shoot, to once they've eaten the small amount of flower buds on those side shoots like this one has here, it constructs that silken retreat as it is, and then pulls the leaves in and feeds on the actual foliage itself. And there's several larvae that have done that on this particular plant here. This is a great sight. It surprised me when I last came here. Twice I twitched here, Manx shearwater and lesser yellowlegs. That was on the far side. Incredible views of that, but there was none of the vegetation of the water side when I last came. It's all developed, and there's even some great water dock here. At least I think it's great water dock. I never knew we had that in Nottinghamshire. But there's so much potential here, and I've found a few other bits along the way that I need to identify, but at least I've got the species that I came for, and that's Depresaria dorsella, and I've got a few caterpillars to take home and rear through so I can photograph the adults for the website. As I mentioned, it's not a spectacular moth, but it's a new species for Nottinghamshire, and that's always something to get excited about. I wonder what's next new for the Knots list.